first classroom on school, and I have such big dreams and big goals for how this classroom is going to come together. And I wanted to start with an introduction about myself and what I've been called to do, and just give you a little bit of insight about me as I step into the role of a spiritual teacher. So, a little bit about me. My name is Lisa Thomas. I also go by Lisa Mendoza. My business is Sacred Soundscapes, and I am currently creating a lot of wonderful workshops for my classroom. Some of these workshops I've already completed, I've already presented them in person, and now I want to share them with more people because I think that they're beneficial. So a little bit about me. I am a trauma informed sound healer. I am also a Reiki master. Um, yeah, those are the two biggest things. I do have a 9 to 5 that I'm an instructor at, and I feel like that plays its purpose in my journey because it does support my foundation. However, my passion is to really teach people how to regulate their nervous system and how to overcome their childhood wounding, how to do shadow work in a way that produces results, and how to really tap into their own level of self awareness where they're able to reparent their inner child, where they're able to bring those fragments back together, the fragments that are part of our childhood wounding, and really understand when our nervous system is regulated, when it's dysregulated, how to create a baseline for you so you can tell when outside stimuli is affecting your inner being, and that you have to take care of yourself first. That is the biggest lesson that I've learned along my journey, is that I have to take care of myself first. And I want to teach people how to take care of themselves first through my methods. My methods have really helped me overcome CPTSD. They've helped me overcome my abandonment wound. It's helped me overcome my people pleasing wound, the self validation wound, rejection wounds. And I'm currently overcoming the wound of being seen and validating myself and being seen as this spiritual teacher by creating this platform. Me creating this platform is a way of healing some of my own internal wounds. And one of the wounds that I'm working through is being seen. So I want to say that post pandemic, I realized that not only was I an empath, but that I was also going through a spiritual awakening, and that I had a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, and the environment that I was in was amplifying all of those things to the point where I was completely burnt out. And I mean, nervous system. I want to say that the insomnia that I experienced, like not being able to sleep for days, almost weeks at a time, because I was so burnt out, the depression, where I would just lose track of time. I would lose days where I would just be lost in my thoughts. And I knew that that wasn't who I was. Like earlier in my life, that wasn't who I was post, like before the pandemic. Like that was never who I was. So there was something going on with me. And just going down the pathway of learning Reiki, getting very in tune with my energy, understanding that I have been called to be an empath. I have been called to be a spiritual teacher. I have been called to guide people through their journeys. The thing is, you have to go through yours first. And it's intense. It is intense. It's a lot of tears that have to be shed. It's a lot of, I want to say, ego deaths that you will have to go through. It's a lot of reprogramming. It's a lot of admitting that some of the things that we were taught when we were children was not correct. It was incomplete. I'll say that to say the least. That some of the lessons and the beliefs that we were given as children were incomplete. They were rooted in survival, they were rooted in trauma, and so it was passed down from our parents to us. And so, just understanding those things, accepting those things, finding forgiveness for people who have hurt me in the past, it has helped me so much find this. I want to say find a place in life where I live in a state of satisfaction and contentment, and I figure everything out. Every time life just throws something at me, it doesn't knock me down. It motivates me to become better. And for me to get into that state of being, I definitely had to let some things go. And I found some really solid methods on letting things go. A big method is, of course, sound healing. I have a deep musical background. I used to play violin and piano, and I had lost that side of myself when my father passed away. I lost that side of myself. It was suppressed, to say the least. And post pandemic, I'm looking for a method to regulate my nervous system, and I stumble onto sound bowls, sound healing. And when I heard it, I was like, hold on. This is moving things inside of me that I didn't know that could be moved. That's how deep the frequency was hitting me at that time. And so, just through more research, through more curiosity, I went down that pathway of buying my first set, going through my certification classes, understanding different brainwave states and how to walk a person into a meditation, walk them out of the meditation, understanding the power of suggestion, and using words, intentional words throughout my meditations. It has transformed me, but it's also transformed the people who have participated in my meditations. And just by following that pathway, it led me to teaching mental health workshops. And so I did my first mental health workshop back in September, October of 2023. And the fact that I was so successful at it, as something that I've never done before, the fact that I witnessed myself be proud of myself. Like, I was so proud of myself for accomplishing that and being able to reach so many people in the room, not just through my meditation, but through my journey, through my story, through the things that I've learned, and being able to break all of those things down into language that people can understand. That literally made me see myself in such a different way. And I'm like, I was called to do this because, as nervous as I felt, it still felt natural. Like, that's what I was supposed to be doing. And so, after that first opportunity of doing the mental health workshop, the name of that workshop was about the nervous system. So, I was talking about the nervous system. I went on to do other workshops and other meditations about how to balance your nervous system and get your hustle on, because we can do both. How we can use the power of music to create our reality, because music is so suggestive because of the frequencies and the words that are in music. I conducted workshops about that. I was able to conduct a workshop about the mother wound while I was healing my own mother wound, and seeing my growth, seeing the growth in my daughter, and even seeing the growth in my mom, all while creating this workshop. It has put me into a lot of, I want to say, spaces that I didn't think that I would be in. I'm going to turn my camera a little bit because I feel like I'm a little dark. The lighting has changed outside, and so it's a little dark, but we're going to keep going with this video. We are not re-recording, and that is something that I wanted to honor about myself, doing these workshops, doing these classes that I'm going to be uploading to the school platform. These classes are not going to be edited. It's just going to be conversations of me talking through things, but there's also presentations. I have full PowerPoint presentations. There will be meditations included, as well as e-guides that you can download. But I want to say the actual workshop, the actual lesson is going to be a conversation. I really believe that people heal in safe spaces where we conversate, not where we dictate, not where we judge, not where we assign shame and blame. We heal in places where the conversation feels safe enough to open up, to express, because a part of that energy from those wounds is stuck in the body. And verbalizing it is a way of releasing the energy, it's a way of moving the energy and releasing it. And it's done in a safe environment. So these classes that I'm conducting, they're going to be conversations, they're going to be safe, they're going to be the raw, unfiltered, unedited version of me. There won't be any type of, we're not going to do the love and light crowd. We're going to do the real crowd. We're going to talk about the hard things that we don't say out loud. And we're going to work through a lot of things together as a community, as a classroom. And so I just wanted to come on and introduce myself a little bit. Check out my YouTube channel. I'm going to put it somewhere on the screen, maybe right here. Check out my YouTube channel. I have meditations for ADHD, neurodivergence, and ADD. I have meditations for the busy adult. That is my microdose playlist. Most of those meditations are 6 minutes or less. I have meditations for binaural beats. And also check out my blossoming video, which is, I want to say, it was my coming out story. Just me realizing what I've accomplished over the past few years as being a business owner, as I've been building this spiritual business. I've accomplished a lot of things and I've seen myself in different ways. So definitely check out my YouTube playlist. And my microphone just fell. And so, like I said, we're not editing any of these videos. This is going to be real conversations. We need real conversations to help us heal through a lot of things. That is one of the biggest ways that I healed. I still go to group therapy almost every Tuesday night, and we have conversations that are enlightening. Some conversations are hard. Some conversations make us cry. And at the same time, we have all of these conversations inside of safe community. And so now I'm at that point where I want to create my own safe community. And instead of waiting for opportunities to come to me, I'm going to create it for myself and create it for the people who want to be a part of this space. So that's a little bit about me. I'm going to get back into the lab and finish up some of these projects so I can start uploading some of these workshops, and we're going to get to it. All right, I'll catch you on the next video.